Alright guys, this is the second snowfall we've gotten so far in New York within 1 week. And it's about 6 a.m. in the morning. The roads are covered. There's no salt. There has not been any plowing. And I'm out in the Shelby going to work. I'm going to see how this thing does. And my hill is pretty treacherous. And lo and behold, I see turkeys on the left side of me. This is hysterical. They must be like confused to where they're gonna go. But I'm keeping it slow. I'm in normal mode right now. And so far there's no slippage going on in the car. You know, as soon as you give it throttle, it's gonna want to kick out. But the road is completely iced up. I mean, I could feel it. Yeah, the ABS kicked in. Yeah, it's really, really bad out right now. I'm actually going to go down the other way. All right, sport mode. Traction control. That's where you can have some fun. Oh man. See, with a rear-wheel drive car, I mean a all-wheel drive car, you can't really do that. I like to just feather the throttle, and that's how I pretty much control the back end of the car. And it is slick this morning. And I suggest anybody that's never driven in bad weather, get out on a set of snow tires in a performance car, and you'll learn how to balance the oversteer and understeer and the traction. I mean, I can't suggest that enough. It just makes you a better defensive driver, as I'm showing you guys here. And I took the Skip Barber Racing School about 20 years ago, and they put you on the wet skid pad and all of that, and that's really where I started to get used to controlling the car when it loses traction. And it's a lot of fun. And if you live in Florida, you live in California, you're not really going to be able to get a chance to do this unless you go to a racetrack. So that's one of the advantages of living in the snow belt, where we get some snow, is that you could practice, you know, your defensive driving and your you know, driving conditions like such, where you have limited traction. And if you have a car with a lot of power like this and some good grip, good brakes, you got a lot of active safety built into the car, that's where you can really hone your driver's skill. And you can get really, really confident and comfortable with the car and what you're doing with the car. Because a lot of guys have been, you know, responding to my snow video, my first video I put up a few days ago, and they're like, oh, panicking, oh, I would end up in a ditch and all that. No, if you take the time and drive the car and get used to the car, get used to the chassis, get used to the balance of everything, and know how to throttle the traction and throttle the car back in the, you know, back on track, you're never going to have an issue. But like I said, it comes with experience, comes with practice, and like I said, I totally suggest this for anyone that's never driven in bad conditions before. And we're on a performance winter tire, so I mean, if you had a really aggressive winter tire that's not a performance tire, like a Blizzak WS80, it probably wouldn't have as much fun as this. But I'll tell you one thing, a WS80, you're never going to get stuck in the snow. If you get stuck in a WS80, you shouldn't be driving. That's what I pretty much tell people. So just balance it out. You got to learn how to control your throttle inputs and back off. I'm not hitting the brakes at all, unless when I'm slowing down and coming to a complete stop. I try to let the car in gear slow itself down. It's just a lot safer to do that in the winter. Get to control, throttle it through the turn. All right, guys, hope you picked up a couple of tips in some winter driving here, like I'm showing you, on how to throttle the traction in the car. And like I said, I can't stress it enough. Don't be scared. Get out. Do it. And you're going to come back with a smile on your face. And you're going to respond back to my video. Send me an email direct on how much fun you had. Because you can't do this stuff in the dry. And you can't do it in the summertime. And if you guys live in Florida, you're not doing it at all. Unless you go to a racetrack and they have a wet skid pad for you guys to play around with. So stay tuned. We got some more videos coming. And that's all we wrote.